Hey everyone, welcome to the Fantasy Fiction Podcast. My name is Dominic.
I am Josh.
This is the first episode of our podcast. This is a podcast Josh and I came up with while drinking one night on Turntable FM, where we decided that we're going to write short pieces of fantasy, aka swords and sorcery,
Yes.
and read it to each other. I mean, it's Saturday night. And we're both at home alone.
Yes.
So I think we're professionals in the genre.
We're experts in the loneliness category.
In the drinking alone. But it's not alone if you're talking to someone online.
That's true.
It's like if you drink a beer and you're on the phone with somebody, you're not an alcoholic.
No, you're not.
You're good.
That's the rule.
That's the rule.
If you're drinking alone and there's a phone next to you, you're not an alcoholic.
You're not an alcoholic.
Totally not.
Just to ease into this a little bit, how about we talk about what our weeks were like? I played a lot of, not a lot of actually. I played some World of Warcraft.
Dude,
again.
I'm so jealous.
Dude, it's honestly pretty awesome if you limit yourself to an hour or an hour and a half a day.
I don't think I can do that. It's like saying, like, heroin's pretty awesome if you limit yourself to being high on heroin an hour a day.
Just an hour, I'm
Yeah.
going to get high.
I don't know how much heroin that equates to, but it's minimal. Minimal.
Yeah. Someone was talking to me about last night about Jason Takes Manhattan. He was like, the first thing in that movie is she runs away from Jason, she gets to New York, and guys jump her and then give her heroin. Mm-hmm. That's the thing that happens.
That's what happens in New York City. I don't know the last time you've been there.
Don't go there.
Or go there.
Or, I don't know, free heroin. But yeah, I've been playing with my brother, and I think I have the best name for a paladin ever.
What's his name?
Holy Cannoli.
That's pretty good. That's
pretty
a pretty good paladin name.
Pretty solid paladin.
Are you
name.
holy or are you ret?
I'm ret, but right now I'm prot because it's so easy to tank in like the lower level dungeons.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm wearing like DPS gear. It doesn't matter.
I hear they made ret pretty good.
Yeah, ret is actually one of the if I think according to Noxic, it's one of the higher DPS specs.
Man, I remember a day when if you were a ret paladin, you fucking got mugged in New York City and they gave you heroin. They were like, get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out of here. I remember a day when I was like a fire mage and just playing in PvP with PvE gear. When PvP first came out. You just get fucking raped. Doesn't matter.
My god. Were you Palm Pyro? That was fun as hell, though.
Dude, Palm Pyro was sweet because you cast Pyro and then you Palm Pyro. And they were just like, how did I die? And you're like, well, that's an old mage trick. And then you run away in your mouth. So yeah, I've been playing with my brother Sergio, and it's been fun.
Dude,
what have you been doing with him?
I've been playing some Star Wars online, Star Wars Tour. It's not really fantasy because it's Star Warsy, but now,
not necessarily, but
right now I'm wearing a loincloth.
That's pretty fantasy.
It's like a really shitty old pair of underwear, and like that's all I'm wearing. That's what I love about fucking podcasts is you can just like I'm at my house, you're at your house, and we can just be buck ass nude.
We could, and I am.
That's hell yeah.
That sounds like a great time that you're having, Josh.
I also shot a Continue, which is pretty dorky. I don't know if you've heard of this show. Do you know about the Continue show?
No, I don't know. What is that, like a Let's Play?
It's like a Let's Play with like 3 latent homosexuals just grab ass in each other.
Just trying to kiss each other the hardest.
Yeah, just the hardest man kisses on the internet.
Who wins? Who won?
Everybody.
Even the audience.
Everybody wins.
Okay, well, we give each other a prompt, a writing prompt for each other's stories. And this week, I believe I gave you a staff that can do whatever you want. It can do whatever you want, but it smells like an orc's taint.
Oh yeah.
And then a guy named Daryl had to be in it. Had to
be in it. Yep.
Yeah.
My
okay.
name's Daryl.
Okay. All right.
Did
you title your story?
I didn't title it. I figured.
You should give it a title.
All right, I'll give it a title right now.
That doesn't give away too much.
Fantasy Fiction, Episode 1, The Adventure of Darth and Kevin.
Darth and Kevin.
The two most fantasy names I could think of.
Go on.
Darth and Kevin. All right, I'm going to start. Here we go.
Okay.
I'm going to do some voices.
Okay.
I'm not going to do voices.
Yeah, I probably won't do voices.
Hear ye, submitted for the approval of the first episode of Fantasy Fiction. Doth is the tale of Darth and Kevin, two adventurers who doth be ye old pussies be doth.
So what does that exactly mean?
It's like Shakespearean. You know how Shakespeare wrote.
But it's a story about two pussies.
They're like degenerate children.
Oh, okay.
Children. I mean, they're like teenagers. I don't know.
So they're not pussy hounds.
No, they're just actually
Yet.
Well, in the end, we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Like all adventurers, they needed to prove themselves in battle as barbarians and in the bedroom because I read Joseph Campbell once. Darth lived in a typical low gold income bog where he and his mother toiled under the evil bog king Daryl, skinning venison and using their bones.
Evil bog king Daryl.
I thought that was kind of redundant because, like, a bog king is probably pretty evil.
Probably pretty freaking evil.
He's kind of a smelly asshole, you know?
Do you get into what he looks like? Because I'm curious.
He looks like a frog guy, I would imagine. I didn't get into that. He's not really that important.
Oh, okay. But okay. All right. Well, just curious. Just want to, I'm trying to picture the world
absolutely.
that we're here.
These are good questions.
Yeah,
absolutely. Skinning venison and using their bones as enchanted material for their enchanted swords and gift shop trinkets. Darth's friend Kevin also lived in a bog, but was the son of the bog's druid guardian. Kevin had little interest in pursuing the family business, but instead planned on becoming an adventurer in faraway lands where, quote, there's mad Jap pussy. I don't know why Kevin would say that. He's so racist.
Yeah, what is up with is Japan a country in this fantasy world?
For him it is, dude. Japan's a fantasy country in our real world.
That's what I would say. I would say Japan is probably the most fantasy country in our existence.
In reality,
sure.
right?
Sure.
It's sort of weirdly what's the word I'm looking like? Positively racist.
Yeah, that was like.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's all canon, so.
Yeah, it's canon. Finally, the day came when the two boys had to set out on their quest to become men. Kevin was equipped with his father's bone sword that never stopped playing Pantera. His father had no use for it, seeing as he was on disability for being extremely obese and was forced to ride around on one of those supermarket jazzy power chairs.
He also ran out of sleeveless t-shirts.
Dude, you never run out of sleeveless t-shirts if you ride around on a power chair, dude.
Oh, true that.
You just make them.
Yeah, true.
You just wear them to the point where they become sleeveless. Like your fucking smelly pit stains just erode the sleeves.
Just erode and they evaporate. They just disintegrate, yeah.
Just like smoke comes out. It's fucking disgusting. The seat of which smelled like peat moss and ass moss. It's pretty disgusting.
It's pretty gross.
Kevin wandered over to Darth's house and knocked on his shitty door.
Quickly turning into Mad Libs.
Quickly. Dude, I started out, I was like, well, what are we going to do here? Mad Libs.
Mad Libs, always a solid go-to.
Darth answered, hey, I can't go become a man with you and fight evil because I don't have a cool weapon. Just use your stepdad's magical stave of orc taint, Kevin replied. I'm not asking my mom's husband to help me on our journey, said Darth. You mean your stepdad? Asked Kevin. He's not my fucking stepdad. He's my mother's husband, Darth said angrily. All right, if you say so, but that's like literally what that means, said Kevin. You're a fucking communist, said Darth.
The communism is an idea, is a political thing in this fantasy universe.
I would think it would be. I mean, come on.
Well, okay, yeah, it probably exists. They probably, it probably exists in Lord of the Rings. They just don't call it that yet.
Yeah, it's called like, I don't know, like some bullshit. I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah. All right. To this day, the issue has not been resolved. Soon the two were off on their adventure. Kevin with his totally badass boner sword, and Darth with his totally stank-ass magic stave that smelled like an army of crusty orc taints.
What Pantera song is currently playing on that sword?
Yesterday don't mean shit. That's the one, son. That's my fucking jam, dude.
Dude, my jam is A New Level.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my at-bat music.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I know. I would be so good at baseball.
I would probably go to that baseball game just because of that. And because you're my friend and you playing baseball would be pretty cool.
Being a professional baseball player, I might see you once.
Yeah, I might go to one game. If it's in, like, Milwaukee, I'm not going to any games.
No, thank you.
After several tens of minutes of walking, they reached their first trial. In a clearing, they came across a poison oak tainted by the jizzy spirits of the wood for over, like, 1,000,000 millennia.
So is this just, like, a stump that a bunch of people have jizzed on and the ghost of the jizz haunt it?
In my head, they were like, you know, like when you watch, like, a fantasy film, there's always that mist.
Oh, yeah.
And in my head, that mist always smells like those jizz trees.
Jizz trees? Yeah.
Fuck those trees, dude. I don't know if anyone has them if where they live.
Dude, they have them. They just don't know it's jizz yet.
They're fucking disgusting, man. They smell like concentrated cum.
Yeah, they're on my street. Yeah, they're no cool.
What are they called? I don't even know what they're fucking called.
I think they're called heroin jizz trees.
I can't believe there's a scientist who named them that.
Yeah, he was like, whatever.
He was hungover. He was like, I don't know.
Fucking another day naming plants.
Under this oak lay a maiden of the wood. She was tall, well versed in the dark arts, and had the sweetest ass. The heroes approached, knowing that they would be in peril if they awoke her. But they had to get a glimpse of her giant, badonkalicious back meat.
They had to get that profile view, yeah.
Dude, they needed to fucking take like a magical Instagram of that shit. Post it.
So just to recap, these boys are going to become a man, and they ran into this hot ass babe with a big old booty.
Oh, hot, like super, like really hot.
And she's just in this ghost ass woods.
Yeah, you know, I mean, she's
okay, all right,
haunted, and I don't know, she's got like
no,
magical
it's fine.
ties.
I just wanted to make sure I was. You know, I'm trying to understand this woman's, you know, motives.
Her motive is she's a guardian of the woods.
Is she an elf? You said she was an elf?
Yeah, she's an elf. She's an elf.
Okay. Yeah,
anyone with a badonkalicious back meat is an elf. As they approached, a dark chill crept over their skin, followed by a thundering roar. She had awoken. You boys looking to pass through my murky wood? She asked. What a fucking slut.
Was that an invitation for sex or talking about where they're going?
I think it was maybe both. I don't know yet. She's
see. Insinuating. Let's see.
We'll see. Yes, fair slut maiden, we wish to pass, Darth replied. You can't go because of reasons, said the slut maiden.
Because of reasons.
That's her name now. She's, can't go through because of, I don't know, reasons. Finally, having enough of the petty banter, Kevin unsheathed his bone sword, and the sickest 45-minute-long metal solo played. Oh, fuck, the slut maiden exclaimed. Sick metal music is my only weakness. And then she twerked against the tree for 20 minutes.
She's doing like handstands and shit.
Yeah. You've been on Instagram. You've seen it.
I've seen a twerker too. One of them big ass elf booty twerkers.
Yeah, dude, that's what she did.
You can go on.
The boys passed through the murky wood with ease and passed their first trial. After they were done grab-assing, the heroes were getting close to their final trial. The only thing standing in their way was a huge boulder field filled with orcs. How are we going to traverse this field of shitty-ass orcs, Darth said defeatedly. Your staff, Kevin said, whatever the opposite of defeatedly is. Darth held his staff upon high. The stench of 1,000,000 shitty-ass orc taints filled the boulder field. Just then, orcs started to get huge boners. Being orcs, some of them had like double boners. The stench of orc taint being an aphrodisiac, all the orcs started just boning. Like crazy boning.
And all these orcs are male, I assume.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if orcs have both. Maybe they do.
You couldn't really see much. There was a lot of hot steam.
There's just jizzy steam.
Jizzy hot ghost steam.
Just creepily drifting through the field. Again, the two adventurers passed easily by the field of sweaty, bone-hungry orcs. They're so bone-hungry, dude.
Bone-hungry is the best term to describe hungry for sex.
They're so hungry for it. I don't know. The entrance to the vulva cave lay ahead, and so too with it the end of their journey. Upon entering the cave, there was an overpowering musty smell, the smell of 1,000 wine cellars mixed with boob sweat. The two heroes walked quietly and softly on the broken rocks of the cave floor. Soon they came to a passage where, at the end, they could see a blinding light. Carefully they navigated through the passage. Their hearts were racing with excitement at the possibility of what could lay ahead, and at what treasures could await them. Finally they saw the end. They saw what was awaiting them, what they had quested so arduously for. At the end of the tunnel, Darf's mom was riding Kevin's dad's druid wiener on top of his jazzy power chair of the wolf. On that day, they became men. On that day, they became brothers. And then that one cool Atreyu song played. Finn.
So they went on this quest to become men, just to find their parents boning.
Yeah, dude. What's more of like a thrust
on
into
one of those chairs?
Like in my head, like her skirt, because she has a skirt on, is like over like the hood. Is that what you call it? Like the hood of the chair?
Yeah, sure.
And she's just going to town on this.
She's going to town. And Treyu is playing.
Just a Treyu.
Oh man. So what race were these boys? Just man?
Darth
the race of
was druid, so he's probably whatever, like a tree elf, guy, sure. Like a tree-ish.
And he was a tree boy?
Yeah, like a wood elf, I guess, was what you would say, right? And Darth was like a bog slave, so he's just like a piece of shit.
Was he like... So he was like a piece of shit man, or he's just like some gross like swamp thing? Creature?
No, like he's not like a turd, like a blob. He's more like just a guy who just like is green and shitty.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah. So what do you think these guys did after they became men?
They probably like drank a whole lot of mead.
Yeah, I mean that's what I would do.
There's probably a lot of questions and soul searching going on after this. In my head, if it were me, I mean, I would just go get that chat pussy.
The rumors did not prove fruitful.
No. What they were promised was
unfortunately for all of us.
No.
All right, well, great story.
Thank you.
Round of applause.
all right.
Okay, well, I guess it's time to read my story. Do you want to prompt it, Josh?
I gave you a looking glass that could see through anything, but when it showed you things, it drew a drawing of a dick on it. Like, so you could see through shit, but like there'd be like a giant
like a big like sure.
a dick.
Yeah.
And it had the character in there had to be named Fleetwood Mac the Gnome.
Okay. All right. Well, this is we'll call it Thram's cave journey.
That sounds great.
Yeah, okay, here we go. The cave was dark and moist, just like most caves in Orkspire. That's where they live. They always seemed like two sexy-ass ogres just got done having nasty, stanky-ass sex in it. 'Cause they do.
Well, you figure, like, yeah, that's where they have sex, right?
Yeah. And
there's no ventilation. There's just that stank just drifting in there.
Sexy by orc standards is still super gross. It's just like a mass of muscle that sweats all the time and has like gross growths on it.
Do you think that the more growths, the sexier, or do you think the less?
Yes.
Okay.
In ogre cultures, yes.
Right.
Yes.
I would agree with that.
Okay. And then I say, caves are where ogres have sex. So it smells bad. Dark, moist ogre sex dungeon. That's what caves are like here, and it sucks.
Does it suck for like the narrator? Is he like an outsider?
Well, it sucks for anybody. This is like where it is. And
right.
Ogres have sex in the caves, and it sucks.
Okay. All right.
Throm was a barbarian not too different from the others. Broad shoulders, lack of neck, long metal head hair, and wearing just a loincloth that had been washed never. He carried 2 double-edged axes on his back, and from time to time would write the word unfuckwittable across his chest.
I just like how like laundry day is never. Hey, did you read on the board when you're supposed to do your chores when laundry day is? Oh yeah, it's never.
Yeah, I own 1 piece of clothing, and yeah, I get nude never.
Unfuckwittable.
Unfuckwittable. Throm was just about fed up with this cave. He had been hired by a wizard in a nearby town to find the looking glass of forbidden sight. He usually wouldn't take up quests that didn't involve him beheading like 30 guys, then throwing those heads at 30 other guys, but he needed the gold to buy this sick sword he saw in town that had skulls drawn on it and shit.
Fuck yeah, dude. Dude, I want to buy that fucking sword.
Fuck yeah, dude. You know it's got like layered skulls, like a pile of skulls.
Oh my god, it's like thick with skulls.
Fuck yeah,
replete
dude.
with skulls.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's why he needs that gold.
He does.
He had spent the last 2 hours searching for the looking glass with no luck. And at one point it got super humid and he took a deep breath and definitely tasted ogre taint.
Maybe it was the staff from the other show.
Yeah, who knows? Crossover?
It's canon.
It's canon. Goddamn ass shit, yelled Throm in frustration. And he punched the wall of the cave. Now, Throm was strong, but he didn't expect the wall to explode, which it did.
It just fucking blows up.
It blew up.
Wow, I sure am strong.
How about that?
Weird.
When the dust settled, Throm realized he had uncovered a hidden room in the cave. Mm-hmm. Bonus, said Throm. He was about to step into the room when he noticed someone moving or dancing around inside. Who fucking thinks they can be in a cave? Yelled Throm. Me! Yelled a little gnome he rolled out of the darkness and right up to Throm. Now, Throm had little patience for gnomes, as they were often naked and aroused. This gnome did not seem to be any different. I'm Fleetwood Mac, piped the gnome, stark nude.
He's so proud of his culture.
He's so naked.
You don't give a fuck, dude. Oh, man.
He then spun around and said, and I want y'all to have a magical Christmas.
So Christmas is a thing.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
Throm took a moment to try and conceive what Christmas was, but quickly gave up.
Yeah.
Out of the way, gnome, I've got stuff to do, and you're annoying and stupid and also dumb.
That's really mean.
Yeah, he really doesn't like gnomes.
Yeah, he's mean.
Well, don't y'all know I might have something to do with what you're looking for, said Fleetwood as he did something similar to a dog dying.
Okay, all right.
I said shut up, yelled Throm.
So when he just laid down like he's pretending he's dead, like he
was like, ooh, I might have something to do with it, and he just like kind of fell down.
And he just like looks trying to look adorable, trying to get this fucking ogre to love him.
Yeah, he just looked up at him.
That's adorable. That's so cute.
I said shut up, yelled Throm. Looking for a certain looking glass? Fleetwood countered. And just as Throm was about to piss on the little guy, he remembered, I am looking for a looking glass.
What, you fucking forgot?
I forgot. If you punched a wall and it exploded, I think it's a pretty much clean slate for the rest of the day.
Yeah, you don't have shit to do that day.
Anything else you had to do.
Yeah, you're off the hook. You're off the hook.
You're like, wow, I did everything I should.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it, said Throm, as he put his dick back in his loincloth, which was fortunate for Fleetwood as Throm had just ejaculated. And you know that first piss after it is like a goddamn sprinkler.
Dude, that's the worst shit ever.
Dude, that's why pro move, take a seat.
Dude, that's so pro. That is really good advice. Like, I mean, the last time like that happened to me, like I think I just pissed like all over this fucking toilet. Like it wasn't my toilet, but I just
dude, it starts to happen and you're just like, it's not stopping.
Well, you can't overcompensate.
This is my life.
Yeah, I mean you can't like shift. Like there's nowhere to go. Like you're that's where you are. That's your whole day.
You can like try to saddle and like put your hands against the wall and like crouch into the toilet, but it's not happening.
No, that ain't happening.
And girls, like, I feel like they always have those rugs that at the bottom of their toilet.
Yeah, like the U-shaped rug, the fucking
yeah. And then when that happens, which it does a lot, it's like, okay, well, I just peed all over your rug, and I can't tell you that.
Right. Don't worry about peeing on the rug. It's not pee.
Okay, so he goes, oh, don't. So he says, he says, where is it? And he goes, oh, don't you know it's right here, said Fleetwood, reaching behind Throm's ear and revealing the looking glass of forbidden sight.
It was behind his ear the whole time.
It was behind his ear the whole time. This dude's nude. He didn't. It wasn't up his sleeve.
Well, he's never done laundry. I certainly don't expect him to check behind his ears.
No, of course. He's got no, we won't go into it because that'll make me sick.
I will throw up and jizz on some girl's rug. That's what will happen.
Hot damn, there it is, said Throm. And he snatched it from Fleetwood. Hey, I was going to make you play games with me to get that, said Fleetwood. Shut up, loser butthole, said Throm.
Nice.
As he exited the cave. Fleetwood followed. Well, don't you want to see what's so forbidden about the looking glass? Just then, Throm remembered. Oh, yeah, I did want to find out what was so forbidden about this looking glass. Mm-hmm. But he didn't want Fleetwood to think he reminded him, so he yelled, fucking fine, I'll use your shit.
Dude, reverse fucking psychology.
Yeah,
nice.
This barbarian's a little smart.
He's a little smart.
Standing at the entrance of the cave, Throm held the looking glass up to his eye. Doesn't seem to do anything, he thought as he scanned the forest. But just then he saw a deer with the longest, slimiest, super detailed dick drawn onto the deer. Oh, fucking shit, yo, Throm. that deer got the biggest donger.
Dude, in my head, the vein on this dick is like...
It's like pulsating.
It's so hot. It's like the hottest dick vein ever.
Dude, dicks are gross.
Dude, I don't know about you, but I love my dick.
Yeah, it's great, but
right?
They're veiny and gross.
I don't know how anyone sucks a dick. I don't know. I don't know how they do it.
Women, thank you.
And men. It could be men.
Tee-hee-hee, laughed Fleetwood as he rolled back and forth butt-ass nude over some jagged rocks. Throm then saw a bear who had a drawn-on dick that was as big as the goddamn forest. Oh, fuck.
Dude, this dude is becoming all kinds of a man today.
Dude, he can't believe it.
All these dicks, dude.
Throm had seen enough. This is black magic. He then took out one of his axes and chopped Fleetwood in half. Remember me for my wonderful bod, breathed Fleetwood as he died. And yeah, as a matter of fact, that bod was killer. Throm gave him props and ran back to town to find the wizard who hired him.
Mm-hmm.
Throm kicked the door off the wizard's house. Oh boy, pizza is here, said the wizard, who was seriously 100 years old and thought he had ordered a pizza, which he didn't. And pizza didn't even exist then, let alone delivery pizza. So what was he even talking about? But then you remember, oh, right.
He's a wizard. So good.
You sent me on a quest for a black magic dick looker? You die now, wizard. Just as Throm raised his axe to slice the wizard in half, the wizard yelled, wait, no! I don't want to look at those dicks. I wish to destroy it. That's why I hired you to find it for me. Throm felt a little bad. He was just about to ruin this old guy. The wizard took the looking glass and stepped on it. As the glass cracked, thousands of drawn-on dicks floated out the door and to who knows where.
It's anyone's guess.
Maybe they floated to your house. The end. No, wait, there's one more sentence.
Okay.
Well, that's that, said the wizard. Here's your payment, barbarian. And he handed Throm a sack of a sack with a dollar sign drawn on it, but was really filled with lewd pics of the wizard. Throm liked it. The end.
Bravo. That is great. That's a great story.
Thanks.
That's so good.
You know, I think it's a tale of caution.
Yeah, it's definitely a cautionary tale.
If you're going to take a job,
right,
be careful.
Do some research.
If you've never done this thing, yeah, pick up a book.
Right.
I think those were two real good examples of what fantasy fiction is.
Right.
I don't think we went over this at the top, but I love fantasy. Fantasy is the greatest thing in the world.
It's the best.
It's the best.
Dude, I watch like Conan the Barbarian like every week. Like that's not even a joke. Like I fucking love that movie.
Dude, that movie is really rad.
It's all right. It's so underrated. Like it's so underrated.
It's a good adaptation of a story, but then it's like the perfect actor, right?
It's the perfect actor, the perfect role. He doesn't speak through most of the film. Like he doesn't have lines. Like he just exists, which is I love that shit in like any kind of film. I love like story told through action.
Yeah.
But it's just fucking fantasy as fuck.
Yeah.
And Darth Vader turns a snake into an arrow, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude, I listened to the World of Warcraft soundtracks.
Yeah.
Every day at work.
Did you listen to that when you when you wrote your story?
Yeah.
I listened to Lamb of God.
Nice.
Mostly.
I listened to some metal.
Yeah.
But
it got distracting though because the metal was too awesome.
It's too fucking awesome, and you're just like, God damn, what is this album? And then you start reading about the album and stuff.
Yeah, and then you start looking for other. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. But I listened to the Taverns of Azeroth, which is such a great album.
Oh my god!
Just like awesome background music to work to. It's perfect.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's. I'll have to get it to you. It's great.
Yeah, I want you to steal it for me.
Well, I stole it. I found it in a cave.
I think you gave me the Cataclysm soundtrack, actually.
Oh yeah, because I bought the special edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good MMO show video.
It was. That was a good time.
Thanks for listening to the podcast. Oh, our next week, our props for next week.
Right. Next week we you have to think of a weapon. It could be a magical weapon, any kind of weapon, but you have to tell the history of that weapon. So how it was made, who made it, who owned it, what happened to it in battle, stuff like that.
And it could be anything, a hammer, a sword, an axe, doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Fantastic. Well, Josh, I think this was a really good, really successful episode of the Fantasy Fiction Podcast, and thank you for listening. I hope you liked it, and hopefully you'll tune in next week.
Thank you for listening.
All right. Bye-bye, everyone, and have a, I don't know, a good day, I guess.
Perfect.